Hi Libra, this is your July 2024 reading using the tarot. This month's new and full moon are in cardinal signs. So these two primary lunations of the month of July are square to your placements in Libra. We had the new moon in Cancer a few days ago on the 5th of July, and there is an upcoming Capricorn full moon on the 21st. I mentioned this in your polar sign Aries video too, but these lunations are giving you a little bit of a nudge towards your purpose and your mission, and kind of like perhaps getting you unstuck this month. Let's see what's coming through on the tarot for you now. There's a kind of mini eclipse feeling this month for you, Libra, because the new moon in Cancer and the full moon in Capricorn are in alignment with the north node of destiny and the south node of the karmic past. So squares create this sort of tension, and they are kind of requiring you to push past some blocks and limitations, it seems. Beautiful energy in the middle of the reading. The Empress, you know you're worth so much more. You know you deserve so much more. This is the Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, right, and the Three of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Six of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. And you'll notice in the Eight of Cups there is a symbol of a eclipse here, and it does suggest to me that the first week or so of August or towards the end of July, like you're inspired to go in search of something a little bit deeper and more meaningful in your life at the moment. But things have been really positive for you lately, and the beginning of the month of July, if not lately, you've been embodying this Empress energy and really knowing what it's like to embody love and feel a lot of appreciation, and to actually feel a lot of like generosity around you, and people wanting to help you, people wanting to show you love and appreciation, and you're able to return that very much as well. Some of you have a deadline at the moment, Knight of Swords with the Empress card, to put out into the universe, okay? Birth. We see a mother archetype with the Empress card. So some of you have a deadline around what it is that you're birthing creatively at this time. Some of you maybe are expecting to bring life into the world and becoming a mother at the moment, and you're kind of counting down the weeks or days at this time. The Empress card is also suggesting that there is just a continuous flow of support around you, and that this will quickly manifest into more blessings, like within the next few days. I would say like within less than a week of seeing this video, there's already some sort of a blessing or opportunity coming through. It could be in the form of a compliment or a kudos to you, or a showering of love, or even a gift, or something to do with money, because the Empress is associated with Venus, which is associated with our financial resources too. But this kind of breakthrough, very imminent, could come through in the realm of romantic relationships, partnerships, creativity, and flow. And speaking of flow, the Empress is a number 3, and you also have the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords here. So when I see all of these threes in the reading, this would tell me that July and the period around July has been a time of growth and abundance for you. This would suggest that you're going through some sort of a growth spurt, perhaps, and something about your auric field is now enhanced and flowing and getting bigger and brighter. A really big opportunity seems to be just in the pipeline for you. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This could be happening like again, like imminently, like next week or so, that there is some sort of a run-in with destiny even. You know, for some of you, this will represent a fated moment in your life where things are beginning to expand in an area and really gather some momentum. I think this could actually happen even before the full moon in Capricorn, just as the moon is growing in its size, like as we see it visibly. That could also represent that something that's like kind of undercurrent now for you. It might be happening behind the scenes, or you're just not fully aware of it, or perhaps you are aware of it and you may not be expecting this to grow so quickly, so fast. And it does seem like in the next week or so, there actually is some sort of a shift, and this change presents something really positive for you to embark on next. So that's exciting. But the Three of Cups in the past position would tell me that lately there's been a lot of celebration, there's been a lot of socializing. This speaks to kind of concerts, this speaks to friends visiting, this speaks to having a good time with people around you, and it also speaks to people supporting you on an emotional level. You're having people there that want to listen to you, or offer you a shoulder to cry on. Even I do say shoulder to cry on because of the Three of Swords here. Some of you are suppressing sort of more painful emotions at the moment. And okay, actually, let me rephrase that. It was more like an event or something that happened, the Three of Swords, that you're kind of saying like, I'm not in the mood to deal with that. Let me kind of like, there might be a bit of burying your head in the sand. I find this card in the subconscious part of the reading to be kind of saying that like something happened, an incident, a conversation, a realization that you're not really ready or wanting to really think about too much yet. It tells me that you still have to have a conversation, and people that you're trying to have a conversation with regarding this incident might not be available to do so yet. If this reading resonates, by the way, Libra, I'm going to pull a further 10 cards and expand on all of these messages in a deeper way, and I'll link that in the description box below. You'll find that over on my Patreon, so we'll pull 10 more cards and go even deeper. But for now, if this is all you feel called to listen to today, let's talk about the conversation you're trying to have. 2 pages here in the reading, and if you notice the way these pages are looking, I kind of feel like this is the other person that's on your mind. This is you, Page of Cups, like you're trying to be vulnerable, you're trying to open up, but you don't really feel like this person is ready to hear what you have to say, or your hot take, or your take on the incident itself, because perhaps they see it in a different way, or maybe things were said in a moment of haste, or without really fully considering feelings or how this would impact upon another person. And it's like you're trying to figure out when the right time to address this might be. Anyway, whatever happens for you in the next week or so actually is a lot more fated and opportune and destined and expansive than, well, maybe you'll know that right away. Maybe that will be very obvious to you. At the bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords and your Libra energy with the Justice card here. Yeah, so it's not right now, but there has been some sort of scheming, not necessarily in a romantic relationship, but it could be you witnessing something in another person's relationship that you're like, oh, that's very shady or whatever. There has been some sort of a underhanded tactic used. Magician card in its reversal can represent that kind of trickster or manipulative energy. And let me just say that you're able to take a step back and just step away from this, because the Justice card suggests that that's a kind of karmic energy, and that score will be settled. If you're perhaps the one that is scheming, manipulating, or being underhanded in any kind of relationships, not necessarily just relationships like a lover relationship, but anything at all, that would be a warning, I suppose. And I actually don't really see it being you, Libra, but I'll just put it out there just in case this is for somebody, to kind of consider what you're doing, because the Justice card suggests that there's often consequences for actions when it shows up. The reason I don't think it's you is because the message from the highest self here is the Chariot card. And let's get into that in just a moment. I want to finish my point about the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever unfolds for you in the next week or so, it actually does have a real fated or destined quality to it. And it comes with a lot of opportunity as well attached to whatever comes up. So much so that by August, the Eight of Cups, you actually feel so strongly about this kind of like pull towards something a little bit more meaningful. So that Capricorn full moon that's on the 21st of the month, it's obviously square to Libra. Any placements you have in Libra, especially Yeah, okay, so Libra placements are going to be feeling these lunations. That's true. But what I wanted to say about this is it's the second of a series of two Capricorn full moons. We had one in June as well. That's kind of unusual, but it's not like uncommon either. It's just whatever, it doesn't matter really about that. But what I would like to say is that this kind of energy of the full moon has you getting quite serious about where your pull to the next step is, or how strongly you're feeling pulled to where you're going next. So keep an eye out for what comes through and what's downloading with you around the end of the month, from like the 21st onwards. There might be a certain like almost like gravitational pull of this full moon towards a calling, a vocation, or just something that feels a little bit more satisfying on a soul level. We'll look at that in the extended too. The Chariot card, why I think that you're kind of doing the right thing and on the right path, and you of course know a lot more than I do about this, but the Chariot card coming up in the highest self position would probably make me say the words like, keep doing what you're doing. So that doesn't really come with any caution. In fact, the Chariot and the highest self is now saying to you like, this is all systems go. So I think that you're probably thinking, oh, this hasn't really presented itself yet, or you're probably thinking like, I'm not so sure about that, because I think that by the time you see this reading, the Wheel of Fortune will still be coming up in a very like near upcoming energy. So the speed around the Empress card energy would tell me that you're about to be blessed again really quickly, and then maybe you're just in such a like high frequency at that point because you're feeling really grateful and you're feeling really expansive and lucky that other opportunities that are just waiting out there for you will align with you faster. I don't know. I just get the impression that what's yet to come in July for you is really blessed and harmonious and representing some sort of a breakthrough. In your environment, there certainly is something from the past, and I don't know, it's like old friends and or even old or family members, people you grew up with and things like that, that there seems to be some sort of a longing to conversate with these people or get in touch with somebody. And I don't know, one of these people just doesn't seem to be fully interested in connecting. And that's a little bit frustrating, of course. This is also suggesting to me that this buried event of the Three of Swords, like where you have been experiencing a event that has caused like pain or suffering, you see it as a betrayal even, or you just see it as wrong, you kind of maybe aren't even fully involved in this, but you might be directly linked to the heartbreak. There's somebody you want to speak to about this, and it's almost like they're avoiding it or avoiding you. I also get an energy of avoidance around you, Libra, as well, just because you put this Three of Swords far down, but it's mainly another person that I see isn't really ready to talk about this yet or connect around this yet. But you know, the good times are set to continue for you for the rest of the month, enjoying yourself and continuing this energy of like emotional support, good friends, good food, good cheer, basically overall. A lot of you are also considering some sort of a piece of information or content or some sort of study at this time, and you probably will get some sort of a lucky break on that in the very near future, it looks like to me. Yeah, I suppose the Chariot card, like there's a lot of there's like a Chariot, Cancer, Scorpio with the Six of Cups, Pisces with the Eight of Cups, and then the Page of Cups, like just a water element too. The rest of July seems to be very much about you getting in tune with your feelings and your sensitivities as well. You could be dealing with a lot of water sign energy, being by the water as well. The high self is also suggesting like some sort of a road trip or getting in the car and going somewhere. It doesn't have to be somewhere new. In fact, I would see it more so as returning somewhere, or going towards people's, like, you know, dropping off a gift to someone's house, your neighbors, your family, your friends. There's a lot about getting in touch with people from the past still to come in this reading for me, as well as the end of the month representing after this like lucky break or change of scene or some sort of a opportunity that comes up quite soon, quite quickly. Like I'm thinking within the next 2.5 weeks, definitely by then you'll know what that's about. It represents that gravitational pull towards something else that calls you outside of your comfort zone, maybe. Why don't we get into the rest of this now in the extended? But if this is all you're sticking around for, Libra, thank you so much for watching this reading for July, and I will catch you soon. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, all of those things. Bye.